Good evening, crewmates. Captain Andy here for some more Final Fantasy XIV goodness. I was streaming earlier today. I do apologize, some of the video got corrupted or video and audio both. For some reason, despite me talking and my microphone picking up my voice, there was no audio being picked up in the video itself. Tried to see if there was a problem with the video. Then the video got corrupted, so I had to get rid of it. So just to give a quick recap of what happened earlier today. I completed the Blue Mage storyline, the one battle and one or two cutscenes. Exomagia was a little bit more difficult than I expected, but not as hard as I expected also. It was like a nice little mix. Got him beaten. I finished up the Ultimate Kettle quest. To get the Ultimate Kettle, which, as you realize, there was an order that was made 2 years ago, which has since been cancelled. Yeah. And along with that, I got also the funny-looking monk weapon where you actually get 2 kettles and you have to punch people with it. Yeah. Along with that, we did walking around here and there, but that was pretty much just what we did earlier today. Just a quick thing. For those who want, I can go through with that again. I don't know if I will or not. Excuse me. We'll see. Time will tell. So, we're going to continue on with the Final Fantasy XIV storyline. We're starting off with the final patch of 2.0 for Realm Reborn called Before the Fall. I don't remember how quickly the story goes for this. So, I'm going to start off with one of the 3 dungeons. Well, I can say 2 dungeons, really. One of the dungeons it's going to be part of the story, so we are going to be able to get to that. Along with that, we have 2 optional dungeons, which were Wanderer's Palace Hard and Andapur Keep Hard. And there's also another trial called Earth's Font. I believe that part of the story has us go to Earth's Font, so once we get to that point, then I'll jump right into that battle. And yeah, if I can do it, get the rest of the story done tonight, we're going to finish it up tonight. If not, then I'll finish the rest up tomorrow. That being said, hope everyone's having a great evening so far. It's a nice day here where I am, with the exception to the video just not being what I expected it to be. Yeah, so I do apologize for today's earlier video. Sorry, moment of silence there for that. Alright, let's get started. So I'm gonna jump into Q4 No, I'm gonna do these dungeons in a certain order. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. This actually has a story element going towards Heaven's Ward. I'm gonna save this till last. So I'm gonna start with Wanderer's Palace, then go through the story, get through the dungeon for that, and the trial that comes with the 2.5, and you go forward that way. So without further ado, let's jump right into Wanderer's Palace. As in previous times, figure what job we're going to be. Use our job of wheels. Wheel of jobs. Wow, job of wheels. Interwebs. Shuffle this up. 3, 2, go. Black Mage it is. Alright. Here, straight to the game. I gotta do something about the resolution. What can I do to help with the resolution? Before I continue. If anyone has tips on what he can do to help make the resolution more legible, so it's easier to read, that'd be very helpful. Maybe I can spend a day just looking into that. But we're going through Realm Reborn here first. So let's go through with that. Wanderer's Palace as Black Mage. Glamour. Alright, let's jump right in. Not the naval, we're going to go into Wanderer's Palace Hard. Yeah, this I'll do in certain order. 5 minutes. Let's hopefully that's true. Let's see if she wants to help with that. Oh, she's in there. See if Flanders around. Oh, waiting. I'll check something quickly. What? Get some money out. Something I should have done a long time ago. Should I get an FC house chamber? Gosh dang it. I should make more money first before I do something stupid. Well, let's see. Look by room. She's in a party. Clearing the mother crystal. Try and get a kitty cat. How much are the apartments here? I'm curious. Is it even worth getting an apartment here? know what? I'm gonna get an apartment dish guard. That'd be nice. The tower? That's how it's pronounced? What is it called? The top mast. I'm curious how much it cost. Alright, then it's gonna help us. No vacancies, what? Really? I thought they had unlimited apartments. Huh. I guess shows me. Fine, I'll go take my money elsewhere. Ah, that makes sense. Alright. Okay, what's going to CPS? Alright, see what we have in store for us. Let's see. Well, I'm waiting for this. While waiting for that one, quick moment. houses cost now? Are there even houses available? It's medium. It's about the same price I paid for that. Don't have enough, I think. Well, I can get the house, but nothing in it. There's a chance I may not get it. Oh, ring, and still missing a couple cards. Let's go get that. One I'm missing in Central Tanalan, I believe. Let's grab that. Am I trying to buy another house? Maybe. Why do you ask? Why do you ask? You make it sound so wrong. Reverse, huh? Reverse that. What if I do get another house? What happens then? That was easy. Alright. Alright, let's go to the other spot. I think I got left is Wabalago and Salamusa. The one who has Feast of Famine quest, which I cannot do. What do you mean? Yeah, I get paid off. Eventually. It'd be fun if I actually got the house too. Might just get. I'm looking to get maybe an apartment. Something with Clayland just to put stuff instead of hoarding it. The story behind this is the Tonberries got their sentience back. They're just trying to live their life. This used to be their home. And the Mumbles decided to take over. And you're protecting Tonberries. Look at them. Hey, the bard picture looks alright. Staff meeting! I'm a black knight. Ah! What the heck hit me? What the heck hit me? Alright. This. Start fresh. We're good here. Hey, I paid off the first 5 mil some time ago. I can easily do the same later on. What are we doing here? Oh, we're not doing the poll? Alright. Fine with me. But make up your mind, Tank. Are we doing cardio work or no? I wonder if today's leg day or relaxing day. Alright. Alright, we're gonna do the big pull. What are we doing here? Pull everything. Pull it all. don't know what the what we're doing here. Here, scathe. 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 Alright, just doing this much? Okay, not a problem. Modified leg day, okay. Alright, let's keep going. More? I go about this slowly. I can respect that. Maybe. Yeah, so we're helping the Tomberries reclaim their home, or the Dominion, as we're called many moons ago. Oh, I remember this. There's things that pop out of the ground. Yeah. What's the bonus? 50. I'm a frog. Great. Ribbit. Ribbit. Not that one. Oh, well, too late now. Fire resistance is reduced. Different doing this as a non-tank. And then there's so many times as a tank that it doesn't seem natural to not do this. Oh well. pudding. Tapioca pudding. Mechanics. Well done. And now here comes the boss. This boss was fun. Still is in a way. You leave puddles on the ground. Some of them, some just standards. They're called standards and idols. You want to destroy the idols, but the standards you want to leave on the ground. But the standards leave like a puddle of fire or something on the ground. Throw the entire counter. So essentially, well, back in the day, you want to use the outer edge, go around the circle. Here's an example. Standard you want to keep out. Get all the there, man. You need to get any heals. Thank you. Yeah, just shove around the outer edges. We're doing quite good enough damage to this, so probably get this done quickly, but yeah, the idols give him a boost. You gotta get rid of those. You gotta kill the ads because all they're ads. Oh, the way this guy is going, we need to kill some of the standards because, there we go. Yeah, me and Black Mage have it. Yeah. They just slowly walk away. That was great. Just slowly walk away. Thanks, Linda. Alright, so that's the first dungeon of 3. Next is gonna be a story dungeon, followed by the story trial, followed by an optional dungeon and steps of fate. Oh, we'll see. Steps of fate. We'll see. Forget it. So let's go to Mordona. That was certainly an interesting battle. Alright, so let's get on with the story, shall we? Finish off a Realm Reborn story. Good intentions. Oh, remember from last story from Dreams of Ice, the end part where they had to spend some time researching? You've had a week or two. You had enough time to learn some stuff. I am most eager to address the Asian threat. However, we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shiva will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with this guard is still tenuous at best. To think that the resolution of the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Some days I wonder if it was wise of us to take on so many other responsibilities. Lest you forget, Antecedent, the Scions should not shoulder the burden alone. Were not the Crystal Braves were not the Crystal Braves established for this very reason? True, we are presented with a multitude of problems. However, we have all the resources we need to address them in turn. Claylan, in particular, is ever a steadying hand, who I trust will continue to support the Braves. To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Ul'dah? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of the highest-ranking officers was a Garlean agent. Suffice it to say, Teleji Adeleji and his Monitor's ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their advantage. Coupled with the ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Raban needs our help, and I'll direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I am to stay abreast of the latest developments and issue effective orders, however, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be for the best if I were to remain in Ul'dah, unless you have an objection. None whatsoever. We have matters well in hand. Moonbraid's research is proceeding as planned? So she tells me, though I am not familiar with the details. Urianger is poring over his tomes at the Waking Sands, and the others are contributing in their own ways. Alas, the key problem, how to find an ethereal blade at will, how to form an ethereal blade at will remains unsolved. Nevertheless, it is only a matter of time. Claylan, while we focus on that task, mayhap you could assist Alphanode and his braves with theirs? You would do so much to restore faith in the Immortal Flames if the Warrior of Light has been working on their behalf. Never forget that your esteemed status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound to organizations nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Now then, there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Riel's latest report. He has been proven to be quite skillful at gathering information others wished kept secret. Hence why I placed him under my direct command and ordered him to investigate the Uldan riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask. If there are any developments on our front, I shall inform you at once in the usual fashion. Is everything in order, Cleland? Are you ready to attend us? I guess so. Pleasure as always, Cleland. You'll be escorting the commander to Ulda, I take it. Actually, I had another task in mind for her. If you'd be so kind as to repeat your report for her benefit. Alright then. Me and mine been making inquiries into the source of the weapons what found their ways into refugee hands a ways back. So happens we caught wind of something promising. Rather large purchases, sharp and pointy things by a black marketeer holed up near Highbridge. I doubt that this man could have secured such a quantity of weapons if he did not already have clients waiting. Clients that, for whatever reason, would prefer for this transaction to remain secret. Brings to mind that what merchants were caught an error while talking to Cleland, don't it? Generous fellow he was, doling out swords and spears to the downtrodden and disgruntled. Which isn't to say that these clients have the same mischief in mind, but if you want to be sure, it might be prudent to intervene before they collect their goods, savvy? Seizing the weapons before they fall into the wrong hands would be for the best. However, if we strike at the appointed hour, we might capture the black marketeer as well as his clients. What say you, Cleland? Then it is settled. Rendezvous with Captain Ilbert at Highbridge, and intervene when the exchange takes place. Now then, if you would excuse me, I must leave for Ulda. I expect good tidings. And so, it begins. Car. Da, 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 da. Cards? I forgot about that one. Hey, it's Ilbert. Our good friend Ilbert. Hey, buddy. Ah, Cleland. My scouts have been keeping a close eye on the black marketeer. It would seem that his guests have arrived. It would also seem he has hired more than a few men to stand guard. Common thugs of no consequence, but they nevertheless pose a threat. Even so, I feel compelled to apologize. This is far beneath a woman of your standing, and Commander Leviat needn't have dispatched you hither. But powerful men ever have need of loyal, able-bodied friends. Having found you in one, it is only natural that he would come to rely upon you without hesitation. Now then, we should make for the burning wall without delay and secure those weapons. The first unit will ensure that the client will not escape. With me, Claylan. Hey, buddy. Bye. Scoot. But first, do I have all your cards or no? Just gotta beat you once. Okay. What are the rules? Oh no, reverse. I might lose this round. This is fine. I'll beat him next round. Here, right in the middle. Should do is this. Maybe he'll be nice and let me win? No, of course not. Rematch? Challenge? No, I'll go for the win. Uh-huh. In that case, I'll do this. We shall I'm happy with that. That's it. We're done. That is for the red mage, I believe, which I'll get into when I get to it. Burning wall. Interesting place to meet. I spy the one man, but there are sure to be others. I have a plan. While you approach the sentry and create a distraction, my men and I will slip past and catch the black marketeer unawares. Once you've disposed of the thugs, wait for us outside the tunnel entrance. Any questions? Then let us be off. Good luck, my friend. Okay, guess you're just waiting for me? Who goes there? An adventurer? Damn fool, you should never come here! Have a shield. Alright, let's go east. Or west. West. Before the fall. Waiting. Forever waiting. I don't understand. What's this all about? Ah! Yay! Oh no! Oh no! Ilbert? Yeah, let me help you with that, buddy. No? He just looks at me. As you can see, this is a fine mess. When I tried to restrain him, he drew his blade and lashed out. But before I could disarm him, one of my subordinates panicked, and this is the result. How foolish of me to underestimate the bastard and to bring an inexperienced recruit. Commander Lever will be most displeased. Damn it all, a golden opportunity wasted. As for the clients, though we know not how, they slipped past our perimeter. At present, the first is currently tracking a party of dusk white sellswords. We suspect maybe them. Would that we could have enlisted the aid of the immortal flames of the brass blades. Alas, we're here to aid them. They're in no position to aid us. Well, at the very least, we secured the weapons. Yet even that accomplishment is lacking. For the information we received indicated a massive shipment, and this is anything but. I will join the first in their hunt for the dusk white sellswords. If the gods are good, we will catch them before they escape into the Black Shroud. In the meantime, I'll ask you to deliver these weapons to Ulda in my stead. Entrust them to the third Yuyuhase. He will take care of the rest. I'm just gonna carry this? I think that box is almost wider than Claylan is. I'm just gonna put it in my backpack. Yeah, that's right. Just put it in my backpack. And nope. Central Thanalan. I guess we gotta do it the long way around, that's right. Duh. Before that, just gonna check out a couple of my men. probably leveled up a little bit more. They'll probably failed their mission again. I'm probably not doing that right, but they get XP all the same. I like don't have any of these flame points to spare. Got lots. Hey, they succeeded. All right, all right. All right, squadron mission. Here. Whatever. Oh, they have to be of a different race. Yes, yes. Let's go with this group. Chimerical elimination. Let's go with this. Meh. Let's go. Everybody else? Do whatever. Alright. So it's probably the quickest way is this way. Alright. Alright, in between. Why, Clayland, this is a surprise. Resh wished me to thank you for helping us rescue her from the Catchem Century. How fortunate that we can meet her again so soon. Did you hear, my friend? I received my first official assignment as a full-fledged member of the Crystal Braves. Ah, the Warrior of Light, ever reliable friend to the Crystal Braves. You have my deepest thanks for your assistance in Korthus. Now, what brings you to us this day? A wooden box filled with contraband. Huh? Just drop it in front of him. It's bigger than the Yuhase. A gift of weapons from a certain black marketeers, courtesy of Captain Ilbert, you say? Understood. Once you've categorized the contents, I'll have it delivered to the Halls of Flames. This cannot be everything, can it? Real stated with confidence that there will be a far greater quantity of weapons. A blatant falsehood, Clearly, Riol is unfamiliar with the ways of Uldan merchants, whoever strive to present themselves as greater than they are. We should be thankful that this information was not completely erroneous, and that we managed to achieve anything worth at all. It's still something worth celebrating, isn't it, Lieutenant? Besides, we've got more important things to worry about, like fighting those Garleans up north. Maybe no fighting if I have anything to say about it. Our orders are to stand watch, not to seek glory in battle. If you have no further need of us, then I shall take my unit to the cerulean processing plant. Time for the Fourth to earn their keep, eh? Fight well, Leanne, for the freedom of all. Excellent work as always, my friend. Rest assured that the immortal flames will hear of your contribution until we meet again. Claylan, a word if it pleases ye. Not here. Look for me at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. No need to be whistling this time, don't you? Whistling this time, don't you worry. Thanks for indulging me request. Few places better than a market for privacy, I find. All the hustle and bustle of commerce means most conversations go unnoticed. I'll get to the point. At the Burning Wall, when you and the captain interrupted the exchange, what happened? Tell me everything. Leave no detail out. That's not quite how the first told it. The Dusk Whites they were chasing. Latest word's that we lost the trail. But you never saw him yourself. Not before the fighting started, nor after. And not after? Something ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it in me bones. I'm not daft to be misled by some merchant's drunken boast. Our information was reliable, goddammit. I know he purchased those weapons. As if I've never deciphered a moneylender's books or had to follow a transaction back to its source. Did plenty of that back when the Braves were getting started. Believe me, the commander wanted assurances that we weren't taking Gil from the wrong sort of benefactors. Of course, these days the money flows like water, and the first and third get the shiniest new toys. Forgive me, friend. I've got a lot on me mind these days, and I appreciate you lending an ear. Right then. Best get back to it. Claylan, can you hear me? This is Tataru. Your presence is urgently requested at the Rising Stones. Please come and see me as soon as you're able. One quick moment, folks. Just got to turn this quickly off for a quick moment. Hang on. And I'm back. Thank you for your patience. People are missing. No, it just changed. Ever since Moon Breeder arrived, the Rising Stone has been buzzing with excited energy. I must admit, her enthusiasm is rather contagious. I am unfamiliar with the dishes of the lands to the north. Perhaps once Moon Breeder has concluded her current research, she might deign to share with me her culinary knowledge. Breeders charge us with acquiring some rather historic manuscripts, but I'm afraid the task has proven to be nigh impossible. When the city of Learning was abandoned, and great many tomes were scattered and lost, how smoothly our research might proceed were we able to peruse the archives of yesteryear. We needed a rare ore to modify the white orosite, and Thancred solved the problem with using only his link pearl. I mean, it's great and everything, but where's the fun in that? When one is in need of precious commodities, it helps to have friends in the right places. Fortunately, I am well acquainted with the charming daughter of a successful Uldan import merchant. We were but straggling adventurers the night we saw fire rain from the sky and a pillar of light scorch the heavens. What a sight that was, eh? Hori and I were in eastern Thanalan when the colossal shards of Dalamat pierced the ground. We stood witness to the subsequent explosion of ether and watched dumbfounded as the swirling energy solidified into those twisted crystal structures that we now know so well. Thank you for coming so quickly, Claylan. We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. A most, determined lady, by all indications. The Rising Chorus. Our guest is with the antecedent and in the solar at present. Let's not keep them waiting any longer, shall we? At this point, it would rather be more unnerving if you spoke plainly. Unexpected tidings from the north, borne by the Lord Commander II. What manner of wind bloweth this day? Good of you to join us. We have much to discuss. This is no time for idle chatter.
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. I believe the two of you have met.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer. The Lord Commander sent me hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm. Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers. Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
The old Curthan rhyme, aye. The brightening of the dragon's die is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
After an absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald, only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Garlean fleet. Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragon Star portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life. Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgard-Zorma had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken. It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgard-Zorma. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore, Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept?
I don't get a
We
choice.
knew you would not disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
To prepare for what, pray tell?
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Forgive me if I say aught which you already know, but I would ensure that you understand the nature of your destination. As Urianger stated, what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of the Aegris, former flagship of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 15 years ago, as the next step in his campaign to subjugate Eorzea, Gaius van Belser attempted to seize control of Mordona. So massive was his force that all thought his victory a foregone conclusion. But an unlikely ally came to Eorzea's aid that day. Midgard Samar, legendary guardian of Silvertear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters of the lake and led a host of dragons against the Garlean airships overhead. In what would later be known as the Battle of Silvertear Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships before engaging the Agrius. In the ensuing struggle, the flagship Cerulean engines failed and tumbled into the lake below. Yet this victory came at a great cost, where the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. That same explosion transformed Silvertear Falls into the desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its waters and crystallizing ether for moms around. Yet a remnant of the lake remains, and at its center, a constant reminder of that fateful day long ago. In accordance with Sir Emric's wishes, our Doman allies have been standing watch over the Keeper of the Lake. It would be wise to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. Be careful, my friend. We know not what dangers await you within. Now then, let us not neglect our own tasks. There is much to be done, and precious little time to do it. Before I depart, I must speak with the antecedent in private. If you would be so kind. And they're in the same spots as before. Alright. Anything different? Oh god, if that charred monstrosity actually returned to life, I don't know what I would do. More donut. A glorious morning in Mordona today. It is morning, actually, 8:30 a.m. Gloom. Hello, friend. You're in luck, miss. I was about to send word to Ravenous Toll about the Garleans. Of late, I've seen small airships, likely from Casham Sentry, come and go from the Keeper of the Lake. Though I cannot say for certain at this distance, I did believe they may be salvaging something from within the wreckage. The Casham supply lines have been cut for some time, and I'd wager they're desperately in need of spare parts and other equipment. So it's true then. These guardians honestly fear that the worm might arise again. Well, from here, that seems rather unlikely. But if it's assurances they want, you've no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Easier said than done, given the creatures which inhabit the wreckage, and the aforementioned Garlands who won't take kindly to your presence. They're sure to fire upon an airship, so I advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of the Acreus, then climb to the top. That's the only viable approach, I'd say. Keeper of the Lake, the last story dungeon of A Realm Reborn. Lena, I'm sorry I'm gonna have to kick you from the party for this. Unless you have it unlocked. I don't think you do. Not as Lars anyways. Are you busy? You're not even online. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. Well, in that case, let's go to our Wheel of Jobs. Hang on. Jobs, this bigger. Interwebs. Shuffle this up. And 3, 2. Not Scholar. Bard. I did that yesterday. Yeah, whatever. Bard it is. Alright, Bard it is. Of course you can't put on glamour plates here. Alright, let's go back here. Alright, keep of the lake. Last dungeon I can unlock within the Realm Reborn. Let's go to it. And we got 7 minutes to wait. Fantastic. So while I'm waiting for this, let's go. I mean, I could, if I go here, I'll go to duty support. Scion duty support is possible. Same for Snow Cloak. I have a. I mean, that'll get me right in. But it takes away from the MMO feeling. At least I think it does. Yeah, this is kind of cool. When you get to this. Oh, in earlier. Yeah, so when you first do the duty support, you get like Eager Marauders, Conjurers, Thermitids, and I think Lancer. Eager, and once you get the Bowl of Embers, then you become Scions after. And there's Scion still. And here's where they changed a little bit. Yep, better gear, still Scions. Naval, Stone Vigil, Howling Eye, and this really changed again. They're now respective to the 3 companies. Storm, Marauder, Serpent, and Flame, so like a multi-national thing. Same here, and then once in here, and then once you get the Snow Cloak, they decided just go back to where we used to be. With a bit of gear. You know what I will do though, since we got some extra time, we can feed some more chocobos. Get that achievement to feed chocobos. Alright, you two. Get you some food. Let's tend to caboose. You need a carrot. And let's train my chocobo and give him carrots too. That's right, you both do the same exercise. There we go. Clean stables. They're living the life of luxury. I already got that. Got that. Let's get rid of these cards. I might have to wait a little bit because of dungeon and DPS, not the cookies that go well together. When I get to there's an instanced feat battle which will be new to me. Then I'm gonna go with Paladin. So it's an instance thing, and I'm just more comfortable with Paladin. Over here. Probably Leap of Faith. Yep. Since we're waiting, let's go to speak with Wabalago. Disrespect so many corpses. That is cool looking. Morgana, Keeper of the Lake. Really, first time in here. different. This is very different than I remember this. Must not come here too often. Hander. I remember hearing that name before. I'm not sure if this battle. This fight used to be a lot harder, or more technical. Different, that's for sure. High up. Slow it down. I have a thing about heights. Ow. Rude. One of our friends. fight used to be a little difficult too. Why is it looking at me? Ooh, it looks at me. And there we go, second boss is done. Just like that. And there's a bunch of gear I don't need. It's a lot easier. Well, it was easy before too, but that was a lot easier. I remember. We're literally on top of a dragon. What do you think about it? Royal Wyvern.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet?
Hi. Room service.
Thou hast forgotten the face of thy Lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
I have a few don't stand in front of him. Yeah, that's why we don't want to stand in front of Dragon. This is new. Stand in front of the dragons, I guess? Okay, right. Just. Actually, maybe this spot. Yeah. Not in front of you either, so on the sides. A lot more. I ain't sure about that. I'm like an old man. Ow, ow. Rude. That was great. Although I can't say it's any faster or slower. Oh well. Alright, two palms. There's a bard? Let's go. Let's go.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve. Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star.
Sounds old.
My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn.
Then again, he is dead too, so. But not really dead.
Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. forget. We do not forgive. 7 children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end.
I like this voice actor. We always portray Midgar somewhere. Each word has an important meaning.
Trickery is thy shield. This frail, noble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent.
It's not just every word, it's each syllable.
Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
Ooh. All become de-aspect? I'm remembering the story again slowly. And the floor is gone too. Lovely. It's like the opposite of the Garland elevator. That can withstand a nuclear explosion. This, yeah.
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more. The covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait. Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond. his grasp. I drink of her body, and fenced of mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth a beginning and an end.
Alright, let's continue with the story. I was beginning to fear the worst. Were those explosions I saw? But you shouldn't waste time talking with me. Alfino left a message stating that you were to return to the Rising Stones at once. My goal is to get this story finished tonight, but if I cannot, I cannot. It'll be done tomorrow if I cannot. Hey, you're still here? Have you spoken with Commander Levayer yet? He has been pacing again. That Lady Knight from Isgard cuts quite a gallant figure, doesn't she? Considering the arrival of foreign envoys and the like, preparing suitable meals at the Rising Stones can prove to be an interesting challenge. We were able to locate those elusive manuscripts in the archives of the Thermages Guild. I had not much spoken with the new guild masters, but thankfully they were quite willing to accommodate us in our search. Though it may seem tedious when compared to the smiting of terrible foes, poring over crumbling scrolls is one of the Scion's most important duties. Without the illumination of knowledge, we but vainly flail at specters in the dark. I traveled to Ul'dah to meet Thancred's friends, the one who promised us that rare ore, and she began cursing me with words I've only heard from this mouth as pirates. I still have no idea what she was so angry about. In hindsight, mayhaps sending a lady in my stead was not the wisest of decisions. Pray ignore my ramblings. I must confess, the relationship between those crystal formations and the destruction of the Asians quite escapes me. Professor Lambertin has published a thorough study of uncorrupted crystals and their properties. I highly recommend you procure yourself a copy of his work. I am pushing ahead with my research as quickly as I dare. The next time you face an Asian, I would have you fight with the proper weapon in hand. I might as well continue on with the Tataru. 12 save me. Is it coming? What should we do? Or he's not? Truth interpreted is thus transformed. Today's heroes may yet become tomorrow's gods. Or something else. Welcome home, Claylan. Alphinaud was worried sick about you. Why don't you go and set his mind at ease? Praise the 12 that you are hale and whole. I came as soon as Minfield informed me of Sir Emmeric's request. You have completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, I take it? Then I would hear your report. You converse with Midgarsamer. I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it as considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish, and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? Less a resurrection and a more rejuvenation for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Clearly an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Emmerich immediately. However, we dare not divulge a conversation with Midgarsamar in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, men have been executed as heretics for declaring as such. For your own protection, and for the sake of our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelations to Sir Emmerich's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. Is there something you're not telling us, Claylan? You seem different somehow. It's almost as if you're missing something important. 12 forfend. Midgarsamar stripped you with the blessing of light. Are you alright? How do you feel? I'm fine. I see. It is a relief to hear that you are otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgarsamar made mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. Althric and Nemea, Brother Time and Sister Fate, decreed that Midgarsamar ever watched over the source, from which all water and magic were set to flow. I wonder, what if this was the covenant for which he spoke, and 'twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Hydaelyn herself? Well, if he is watching over us as he claimed, mayhap you'll have an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly. Art thou a pawn or master of thy fate? What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal?
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale. I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our soul calls for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other.
One of the two?
The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
These guardians have warred with the Dravanians for centuries. Nay, nearly over 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Yet regardless of how strong these magical wards may be, I nevertheless fear that these guardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. Though it was not Midgar-Samar who roared, a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance and pray that our fears are unfounded. Ere I forget, I believe Moonbrida has requested this a gathering of the Scions. I assume that there's been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Asians. Pray inform her of our business with these guardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I have completed my communication with the Crystal Braves. All done with the talk of dragons? Wonderful, because Asians are next on the menu. Let's head into the solar, shall we? Her tattoo's on her leg. Fascinating.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon. I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Asian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Asian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that White Auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute! Why didn't we think of this before? White aurosite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white aurosite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the great river of ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? Aye, I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Kostrom's Sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go.
So simple.
Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Arsians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a Crystal Brave, you are yet a Scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thancred and Papalymo shall accompany you. Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
Thank you, Urianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
And we talk again, alright. We do seem to be running low on provisions. I believe an excursion to the marketplace is in order. For a small organization, we certainly chewed through a prodigious amount of foodstuffs. Perhaps I should put a lock on the larder door. I see that the signs once more rid themselves for the road. I too must make preparations for an absence from the Rising Stones. Horia was most eager to join you in the front lines of battle, but as fate would have it, the antecedent had other plans for our talents. It seemed you had barely arrived before you must once more plunge into the fray. Duty's an unforgiving mistress, eh? Though the tasks we tackle are not like to be as realm-shaking, Coltonet and I must also heed our call. Alright, that's it. Alright. It would seem that the events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Though I would wish it otherwise, I must ask that you head straight away to the processing plant. The 12th have already deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Willard will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I would rendezvous with Captain Ilberd at our headquarters in Ul'dah. I shall take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines. Meanwhile, your duties take you to Northampton Island, do they not? We too must say our farewells to the Rising Stones for a time. Philemon travels to Ul'dah, We shall serve as her escort. At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in the Gilded City. We are beset by all sides by civil unrest and imperial machinations, threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scion's cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front, or we all shall fail. How extraordinary that my little Estilia is involved in such far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might now stand at her side, not only as her mother, but also as a colleague. A colleague with influential connections. But I fear that Ul'dah has become a place of danger, even for one so familiar with her streets. Bah, woe beside the blackguard that so much as glares in your direction, milady. Hurrah! I shall be well protected, it seems. Shall we be on our way then? No, did they go through Cassim Center, Northern Thanalan? That's the quickest route. Or did you go through the route of Quarthus, Gridania, Thanalan, Ul'dah? Bye. Saloon processing plant. That would be this way. I may have to cut the stream short in two parts. It is getting quite late. I would have liked to finish the entire storyline, but that may have to be finished off tomorrow. Getting late, and I do have some plans for tomorrow, so we shall see. We'll go get mirrors up. The crystals off the noticing. Commander Lerveia sent word that you becoming a veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I have learned a trick or two since the disaster with the Amalja. Returning to the task at hand. The Flame Reconnaissance Scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raubon's Push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing: gain their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Garlands can begin marching out of sight any time. Pray speak with Lieutenant Edelstein that we might coordinate our counter strategy. In the meantime, I will inform the others that you have arrived. No doubt it will be welcome tidings. Commander Edelstein. Lieutenant Seraph, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. Would that we could sit a while and reminisce about old times, but I fear more pressing matters require our attention. The civilian draughtsmen, you see, have come across several high suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a close look, and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices of Imperial design, no less. By my order, the flames stationed here are conducting a thorough sweep of the compound as we speak. Though it tells me that we were unable to apprehend the Imperial spy behind this, I have faith that our men will be able to neutralize the threat for now. In the meantime, our scouts bring troubling news on the latest movements of the Imperial Army. I would once again ask for your aid. Okay. We've been keeping a close eye on that Garlean garrison. It seems the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to the reconnaissance report that just came in, the squads seen leaving the castle were too few in number to effectively take and hold our position. They will likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. I have, of course, also shared this report with the Crystal Braves. They've decided to take to the field to meet this assault head-on. I have appraised your fellow Scions of the situation and am heartened to know that they will be joining the effort. Pray report to Lieutenant Elian and lend your much welcome support to the counteroffensive. Indeed. Be it a squad of soldiers or some magic monstrosity, I shall allow no fool to harm the lovely Moonbreeder. Considering the weapon she wields, I don't believe the lady is in need of additional protection. She carries an axe. Isn't it a beauty? A lady merchant Riven told simply gave it to me. Said she was investing in the future or some such. Now that is an impressive piece of steel. Have you ever seen Moon swing her axe? Swipe, slice, cleave. There's really no stopping her. Right then, time to see if all this training has paid off. Ralger, guide my blade. Glad to have you with us, Cleland. As Sir Lieutenant Edelstein has explained, the Garlands have deployed a small force from Castra Meridiana. The main column assembles to the north near Dalamid's talons, but we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. Hey, it's Adelbert. Nobert. Do you wish you to rush forth and commit the battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the plant and pillage supplies? Not much of a strategy, but these are desperate men. Captain Ilbert. Greetings, Scion. I understand the commander bid you and your fellows come lend a hand to the Braves. With such mighty heroes at our disposal, the force should have little trouble contending with aught the Garlands might throw at them. But even you cannot be everywhere at once. The third was getting restless holed up at Ul'dah, so I marched them out here to fill any holes in the plant's defenses and add their numbers to your counterattack. The reinforcements are welcome. We have enough soldiers now to divide our forces and safely engage the enemy far beyond the walls. Aye, it would be best to avoid staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Take this fight to the Garleans. A wise course indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences should any of these storage tanks be exposed to fire. If there are no objections, the Scions shall join the fourth and give battle to this main column. You're with the third then, warrior of light. Your job will be to intercept these squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. When you're ready to proceed, report to Lieutenant Uyuhase. His scout should have a rough idea of where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now. Pleasure to be fighting your side once more, Scion. Our operations invariably succeed when you're around, and victories are wont to pave the road to greater coin. Now, this detached force we've been sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads to better conceal themselves within the terrain hereabouts. I imagine we'll need to split ourselves up as well as to cover more ground, and make sure we root out all these would-be raiders. Seeing as you're an army unto yourself, I've assigned you your own area to scour clean of enemy soldiers. Aye, this will be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, Scion. Alright, I'm an army and myself. Why are they having me way out here? Alright, take care of them all the same. Okay. That was easy enough. I suppose we go around now? Okay. Alright. You seem grim, Scion. I'll take that to mean that between us, more than a few Garlands won't be making it back to the castrum. These Imperials, though, they certainly made us earn our pay. I would be a happy man if I never had to tussle with another one of those Magitech horrors. It is time we bid our war-torn land farewell. I will contact the 4th and let Lieutenant Alian know the west is now clear. I would appreciate it if you could do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelstein. Edelstein. Yeah, I might have to cut this short at some point. I'm tired. Lieutenant Seraph, what news of the Garleans? The raiding parties are no more then. Excellent. The Amazine engineers will be most relieved to hear that the plant is no longer in any immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. You must be anxious for word of your fellows. Lieutenant Alian has reported a sound victory over the main columns and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is. The Rogadan lady with the large axe. It appears she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I do not know what task keeps you from returning to civilization, but Northern Thanalan is no place to wander alone, even for a capable sword such as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you could check in on her before you continue on your way. Alright. Shall do that for sure. Yay! I don't know what I did, but we completed it. I'm so glad about that.
Hold on, I won't be a second. The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know. As Urianger never tires of reminding me. An axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one. And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
She senses me. A useful talent.
Hanassian, are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth, meddler.
Nobody Alice.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
Wait, he against the other side, or just
What
more...
did that bastard want with us?
I thought the acids were all working together, not having their own personal goal, like delusion of grandeur.
Nobrialis, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet, unconscious. But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louisoix's staff. Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
Yeah, no faster to get there than teleporting. Hello, you still here? If I'm right, then the action is after Tupsimati. We best make all haste back to the Rising Stones. Minfilia must be warned. You're here. Yeah. Master Louisoix's staff is kept in the solar, isn't it? Quickly now. Quickly, now.
You two.
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you. The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Ida!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
The chrysalis, that's the trial. Alright. Much like before. Let's go to our job of wheels. Wheel of jobs. Shuffle this up. 3, 2. No, stop! Ninja! Ninja! I'm going to ninja, I'm sorry, no. Ninja this, not scholar. I'm going to ninja. I think wants me to be scholar way too often. Ninja it is this time. I'm sorry, guys. Ninja. Forget about me. Go. Well, if I go to school, I'll be able to get in that much quicker. I'll see what the join time is. 7 minutes. Probably get him right away as a scholar. I have a feeling no matter what job I add to it in the future, it's still going to choose scholar. gonna do? Yeah. Do this. I think do one more of the story. I think they do like a memorial for Moon Breed or something like that. After that, I'm going to finish for the evening and pick this up tomorrow. I'll be right back. Just a quick washroom. Remember, DPS will probably in queue for a while. Just be right back. Returned. Thank you everyone for your patience. Yeah, looking at the time again, this might be the I get to play Scholar. Yeah, I might jump on Scholar at this rate. Nah, forget it. I'll just do Scholar like the thing says. Fine, I'll do Scholar. See how bad this goes. Maybe this is gonna be a Q right away. Hey, Lena, you wanna help? You wanna help fight Nibbles? What's his name actually? Nabriolus? Nabrialis. Nibbles. We can rule the wheel for you if you want to help fight Nibbles. The Chrysasis, a ruthless Ascian known as Nabrialis, has intruded upon the sanctum of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, spiriting away both the Antecedent and the powerful relic she refused to yield. Pursue the Paragon through the Dimensional Rift and prize Minfilia. The Tupsamati from his tenebrous grasp. Echo applied upon total party incapacitation. Average item level 90. That's unfortunate. I probably just solo this, but tired. I'm tired, man. I'm gonna finish this, and I guess there's only 3 more things to, 3 more battles to do tomorrow. Next time would be we used to be a trials, now the single instance battle I have to do, followed by and the Poor Keep Hard and Earth's Font, which is Odin. Might have trouble getting people interested in that. Apparently Odin's part of the storyline at one point, or at least go there part of the story. That will be the time frame I'm going to fight Odin, just so it makes chronological sense. Alright, come on people. 5 minutes. That's fine. Here. Give her Pixie Dust. So she can fly. I can probably solo that, but we'll see. Maybe for that one, if I force myself to go as a tank or a healer, it might be easier to get into. But if I'm running into a spot where it's going to be waiting forever, I'll just go as Paladin. Pretty sure it's soloable. But reason why I'm going to be doing that, it is on my list. Earth's Font. Speaking of, what did the thing say for this dungeon? 15 years ago, in the skies of Silvertear Falls, the invading forces of the 14th Legion were set upon by a host of dragons. Leading the charge was Midgard-Samar, legendary king of kings, who engaged the Garlean flagship, the Aegris, in battle. In the end, both Midgard-Samar and his foe fell to the earth, and their tangled remnants stand as a memorial to that day. A ruined airship and the charred corpse of the Worm Lord who brought it low, forever devoid of life. And we did this earlier today. Wondrous Palace Hard. Bound no more by the rancor of their fallen king, the Tomberries have regained their senses, with a little help from the devoted friends. Yet all thoughts of peace has been put to the blade, as a band of Malmoja mercenaries known as the Silver Scales have stormed the walls and seized the place for their own. Someone must stop the sellswords from turning the Wanderer's Palace into an unassailable fortress, and take a stand against Tonberry's slaughter and slavery. Yeah, once the guy, the boss was on the ground, and a bunch of Tomber just going for and just stabbing it over and over again. Come on. I ain't gonna play cards with Wawa if this takes any longer. Although I might get my cards faster that way, so I don't know how that's gonna turn out. Oy. Any class can wear this chainmail? Interesting. Interesting. Here. There, okay. Inferno Tapper, Brass Bog Cog, Iron Almal's Rock. Elena, you got an apartment, I think, somewhere. I'm not sure if it's Score or Charlene or somewhere. How much did that apartment cost you? Well, FC rooms are 300k. 500 for apartments. I have an idea what to make for a room. That's why I was just curious. Alright, folks. I'm in here for 10 minutes as a healer. Come on. I have a feeling I might not get into this tonight. You know what? Forget it. Sorry, folks. Do it my way this time. Unrestricted. I'll do it restricted tomorrow. It's getting a bit late. We can do it the next time here. Sorry, folks. I cannot wait. I'm getting tired. I won't do this forever, but Ethereal Rift. The Chrysasis. This is not going to be a fair fight. But doing this for the story. Sorry, guys. I should have done this earlier. I'll try to make this last as much as I can. Here. Alright, so this is Zodiac. I guess this is Heidelberg? Story? Alright, let's go. I might need a party for this at this rate. Done. Wow, you're still alive? Five stacks. Secret Aston Man. Secret Aston Man. Okay, thanks.
You're safe. Thank the 12.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come? Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, scions.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
What trickery is this? No. No! Cannot! No!
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly, before he breaks free! Concentrate! Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light. Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me! I shall make you pay for your insolence!
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light. Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
If only we had a bit more ether.
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louis Soir, I understand now the choice you made. In death, there is life. Farewell, Urianger. You daft old coot.
Moonbreeder, no! You mustn't!
It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
Rip.
Moonbreeder. She's gone. You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead. This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Minfilia, are you all right?
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
Sad indeed.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
What happened here? Where is Moonbreeder?
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light. I have no words.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Does Urianger know?
My friend, there is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens, yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day. Moonbreeder hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not?
Interesting voice acting. Almost like he is sad. You can tell by the breakiness in his voice, but he still carries on his normal tone. Good voice acting for that.
Long ago, far across the seas in the Charlayan motherland, Moonbreeder and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louisoix. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hitherto the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history. When he left Charlayan behind, Master Louisoix gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder. Close as they were, as master and disciple, she was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her. For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. torn as she was twixt the man whom she revered and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louisoix I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louisoix hid his intent. He but desired that Moonbreeder discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence. Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louisoix's wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart.
Yeah, I can tell he's holding back.
Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moonbreeder truly come to understand Master Louisoix's will before the end? The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her. Oh, Moonbreeder, my dearest, how I shall miss thee.
Moonbreeder gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Ascians. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Ether and see it to completion.
My lady, I would mourn Moonbreeder in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
She was counting on the theory that a soul's ether burns brightest at the moment of its passing. A scholar till the very end. Oh, Moon, I miss you so much already. Our list of grievances against the Ascians was already overlong. Must they continue to add to it? Would that we arrived a few moments sooner. Just a few moments. Never have I seen Uriaji so utterly defeated. No one should be made to suffer such grief. We shall gather in the Chilean manor to celebrate Moonbreeda's life and mourn her passing. These are all trash. I guess we'll grab this. This will be the last one. After this memory of Moonbreeder, I'm gonna leave the rest off till tomorrow. As Moonbreeder was a native of Chilean, I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the mark of the scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? 'Tis a monument found at Rathfrost, and is sacred to Thaliak, guardian deity of the City of Learning. There we shall pray for our dear friend's soul, and bid her a peaceful return to the light of the Mother Crystal. See what our friends here have to say. If we had any friends here to talk to. Alright, let's go. Where's the Tataru?
Forgive me, Moonbreeder. Had I been quicker or wiser, but I was not, and you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Life for death, a fair exchange. Other bargains will be struck.
Each syllable pronounced. The importance of a syllable. See if there's anybody else we can talk to first. Yep. See what they have to say and go from there. The rising stones feel somewhat colder. Moonbreeder always carried with her such an abundance of warmth and cheer. We must find some means of protecting ourselves from Asian intrusions. There must be a way. There must be a way. I don't feel much like talking at the moment. If you could just give me some more time. I loathe to see Ida in such pain. I have not the words to comfort her. Can you imagine it? I, Papilimo, the one who has an elegant comment for every situation, am at a loss for words. Though we have said our farewells, the pall of sadness has diminished but little. Forgive me, as antecedent, it is my job to be the pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. Yet I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree? Meanwhile? Tis as if a dagger has been thrust into my breast. But 'tis the pain we must learn to bear if we are to forge ahead with our duty. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Louisoix, Moonbreda, our fellows at the Waking Sand, which includes, Clive. Their spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to the fight once more. I hardly need a reminder of this, of course. 'Tis only my own benefit that I repeat these words, a reaffirmation of mine own chosen path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am like to collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Cleland. There is no other to whom I could display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. A victory won, a comrade lost. To honor the fallen, the living forged ever on towards the light of a new day. Yeah, with that, I'm going to call it an evening at this point. So for those that join you, thank you for joining. I'll pick this up tomorrow. I'm getting way too tired to continue this on. I have a feeling it might take another good 2-3 hours to complete the rest of the story. So I'll pick up where I left off tomorrow. I think when I start tomorrow, I'll just do another Crystarium fight with a full party as proper. So look forward to that. Along with that, as I mentioned, there's the instance battle we have to take care of. One more dungeon and one more trial, along with the rest of the story, which will be done tomorrow. I will not be on till tomorrow in the evening, so look for me then. Until then, have a great weekend, have a safe weekend, and we'll see you all next time. Thank you.